His name was Gogol, and he spent his entire life trying to escape it. Not because it was a bad name, but because it was the wrong name for the country he was trying to belong to. Too foreign, too unexplainable, too much work for everyone around him. So he became Nikhil. Cleaner, easier, legible. And we watched him do it and thought, yes, that's just what you do. But that's the most dangerous part, because of how natural it looks. Jhumpa Lahiri wrote The Namesake in 2003. It was about Ashok and Ashima, the parents. The ones who packed Kolkata into their bones and carried it across an ocean. Who built an entire life in America and still dreamed in Bengali. Who gave their son a name from a Russian author because a book once saved Ashok's life. And watched that son spend his whole life embarrassed by the weight of that story. The film shifted the gaze onto the assimilated child because that's the story we find easier to watch. But Lahiri kept her eyes on the people who never fully arrived. And then Lahiri herself did something nobody expected. She had already won the Pulitzer, already mastered the language that made her legible to the world. English had given her everything. But then she moved to Rome and wrote her next book entirely in Italian, deliberately difficult. A Bengali American woman who had already conquered English chose to become a beginner again, chose illegibility, because she realized something that Gogol spent a whole lifetime missing. Assimilation is not arrival. It is a slow erasure of the self that existed before the translation. Every name you let someone mispronounce because you are tired of correcting them. Every language you swallow in public. Every part of yourself you make smaller so the room feels more comfortable. Gogol changed his name and called it growing up. Lahiri crossed an ocean and chose to be foreign again. And somewhere between those two choices lives the question, what is left of you after you have made yourself legible?